This is from the Bangkok Post. Academics call for release on bail of detained protest leaders. And it says down here, 4 academics claiming to represent 255 lecturers at 31 education establishments read out a statement in front of Bangkok Remand Prison on Monday morning, calling for the release on bail of 4 pro-democracy activists currently in detention. And of course, they're talking about Penguin, Anand Nampa, the US government-funded Thai Lawyers for Human Rights, and Somyo, who used to be the editor of Thaksin Shinawat's Voice of Thaksin magazine. And this was a magazine that regularly called for violence, terrorism, and armed insurrection. They made threats against the enemies of Thaksin Shinawat. And these characters here are who the Bangkok Post are calling pro-democracy activists. Now, I got a problem with that. There was an election in 2019. They lost. Future Forward lost by over 2 million votes. Pheu Thai lost by over 500,000 votes. So this is actually a group of people who reject the outcome of the election. They reject what the people voted for. That would make them anti-democracy protesters, not pro-democracy activists. Now, there's one other thing that I thought was interesting. This is the Deputy Dean of the Faculty of Political Science at Thammasat University, and he's saying that if Penguin, a Thammasat University student, if he's detained until the cases against him were over, his studies would be affected. You know what else affects your studies? When you go out into the streets every night and commit crimes, when you lead violent protests that attack police and destroy public and private property, when you engage repeatedly in criminal defamation. Those are crimes, and if you commit those crimes, your ability to study might be affected by going to jail. And this is the Deputy Dean of the Faculty of Political Science at Thammasat University, who doesn't seem to understand that the rule of law outweighs whatever it is Penguin wants to do in his personal life. Maybe Penguin wants to see the season finale of his favorite TV show. Does that mean we should let him out of jail so that he could go do that? If he wanted to do that, if he wanted to preserve his freedom, he should follow the law. And if he's incapable of doing that, just like every other person in jail, he has to accept that that's the consequences of his actions. So are these really academics then? Or are these people who just so happen to work at universities for some reason, they slip through the cracks, and they're just people who use their position to advance a political agenda, which includes trying to short circuit the rule of law and get people who are committing crimes back out onto the streets so they can continue doing so. If you liked this video, if you thought this video was useful, please like and share it. Think about subscribing. Check the video description for the link to this article in case you're interested in reading the whole thing. And also check out ways you can help support my work, like by becoming a Patreon member. And as always, thank you for watching.